Good morning, YouTube. This is Spider Rider coming at you from my morning commute. A little windy, but don't worry, we'll hit a traffic jam soon enough. So, I want to start by apologizing. I've been a little bit of a ghost lately. I've been super busy. I just moved to a new apartment, and I haven't had a lot of time to do any filming or really anything. And I put up a couple videos, one of which I want to talk about a little, not in more detail, but on a related topic. So, I posted a video of me fixing my seats, and you saw how it ended up. And I got some good suggestions, actually, on how to make it better, so I might take a second stab at that. But as it stands, I like to do a lot of my own work on my bike. I like to fix it whenever I can. And that was a good opportunity to go have it at the seat, which I'd never done before, and upholstery's a bitch, trying to get everything to look good. So, regardless, I like to give everything a stab myself before I hand it off to a professional, if I have to hand it off to a professional, you know. Which I have had to do, I just don't like to. So I do all my work myself, and that kind of brought me onto another topic, because a friend of mine just did a crazy custom job on his Ninja 250. And I have a bunch of pictures that I'm going to show you, but basically, he did everything, start to finish, whole custom job, all aesthetic, a little bit mechanical, all the basic stuff mechanical, but, you know, everything from the paint job, which I would hope is part of your custom job, to new headlights and lowering handlebars, and really he changed the ride of the bike, he changed the comfort of the bike, he changed pretty much everything except the frame and the engine block. So it's still a 250, but it's a very different 250 than other people's. You probably wouldn't even recognize it as a Ninja 250 if you saw it. Maybe you would, I don't know. But anyway, so he did a lot of custom work, and here I am, I was like stoked on the seat because it's no longer torn and it didn't look all wrinkly and stuff, but it still had that little cancer looking spot on it. Whereas this friend of mine, he took his Ninja 250 from the start, which I'll show you, and he did a whole bunch of work to it. He had to, of course, come up with the idea of what he was going to do, and sort of a design, a prefabrication design of what, like, the concept design of what it's going to look like. And then, of course, he had to order parts, and that's when you start investing money and be like, alright, I'm committed to this. I'm definitely going to customize this motorcycle. And after, of course, you order parts, you get them in, you have to start doing some fabrication. First thing you do is you strip it all apart, so you just bare bones, so you know what you're looking at. You know what you have to work with, right? Take off everything that's going to be changed, and maybe even a little more, and work with it from there. So he stripped it down, and next came, there were a lot of steps in between, which I hope I don't miss any here, but after stripping it down, you have to start to, you know, fabricate parts. So if you're going to do any cutting, if you're going to do any changing of anything, first thing he did was lower the handlebars, which just required some extra parts, no cutting or anything like that. Then he got onto some more of the paint job stuff, and he had to strip down, you know, sand down the pieces that were on there, and, you know, if he had to have any extra pieces that he wanted, which he did, like the... anyway, he had some extra pieces that he wanted to put on there, sand them down, and then he did a thing called a plasti dip, which I hadn't really heard of until I was talking to him about it. Basically, it's paint that you just dip your parts in, and when they come out, they have a layer of paint on the outside, and if it doesn't look good, you just peel it right off. Which, that would kind of concern me, you know, if you're putting your leg over and your jeans rub against your tank, and it pulls off some of the paint, you're going to be pissed off. So I don't really know how quality that stuff is. He says if you let it dry, it hardens just like paint, but you know, it's designed to be, if you pop it in there and you peel it out and you don't like the way it's looking, you can just peel it all off and do it again. So I don't exactly know how that's gonna look in time, but it looks great in the pictures, and he knows what he's doing, so I assume it's gonna look great in time. So once you got everything plasti dipped, you're at the point where, of course, you're fabricating your things, you're customizing it, so you have to do some electrical work, which you did, and you have to do some little bit of custom work, buy some parts so you can actually attach things, because your stock bolts won't always go through what you want to attach. So once you got the color on there, once you got the paint, you got all your parts assembled, or ready, I guess, then you have to start final assembly. And that was the point. I didn't see much in between. I did see it when he had stripped it down to basically bare bones, and then I didn't really see it again until he sent me some pictures with the final product. And the final product looked awesome. Just really awesome. Complete color change, complete different look to the bike. It doesn't look the same at all. He changed it up to more of a naked body style. He changed up the headlights so it looks really sick and really different. And that's kind of the key, right? I'm on a green Kawasaki Ninja. Everybody's got one of those. Everybody and their mama has one. But not many people have a customized 250, and I think that's really sweet. And I would love to do that someday. He's clearly the master fabricator, and I am clearly the novice who screws my shit up when I try to mess with it. Nah, I haven't messed up my seat, for example, that badly. But anyway, yeah, so that was the latest custom job from a friend of mine, and he did a really good job, and I asked him, and he said go ahead and post up some pictures and show the people of YouTube what my new bike looks like, because it really looks like a new bike. And I think this upcoming riding season, which for him is not the full year, of course, where I came from, he's a friend of mine from back on the East Coast, he's gonna have a great time this season. Just cruise that thing around. He already did a custom exhaust on it before this whole custom work, and that thing is just crazy loud. He was in an earlier video of mine. I went for a ride with him up to the Boston bombing site, so you can look back to that. And that was when he first got the exhaust on, and it was just ridiculously loud. That thing is wicked loud. So now he's not only going to catch their attention audibly, but when you look at it, obviously from the pictures, it's bright orange. You can't miss that bike. So he's going to have a great time. I just want to congratulate him on his new custom job. So that's a really long way of saying custom work is fun, and I need to do more of it. I need to get better at it, just like him. So hang in there. Maybe a couple videos upcoming soon. We'll start doing some custom work to old bike here. Yeah, custom work sounds fun. Later.